Alright, how's it going, everybody? I'm trying to think if I used to do something when I would start stream. Was there like a tradition before? Because I feel like I should never jump in and just start playing the game. That feels off to me. I feel like we should at least, for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, talk about some kind of nonsense, and then maybe have 15 seconds of gameplay along the way. How's it going, everybody? I think I saw DJ in there, Guardian Angel, Pyro, Cheeto just missed the raid. What were you streaming today? I know that you've been playing this game recently, and I don't know what it is. It looks like... Oh, wait. Maybe I can guess it. No, I'm not gonna guess it. What were you streaming today? I know that I popped in the other day. I don't remember what it was, but I know that you were on the line with somebody. I think you were on call with somebody. I'm not gonna remember. I'm not gonna remember what it is. Tempest helped you out. Let me see what you got there, Guardian Angel. By the way, Pyro, are you out there? Because last time that we were live, which was, correct me if I'm wrong, 2 years ago? I feel like it was last week, right? I feel like last stream was only a couple days ago. I feel like you had told me about a local that you went to, which I think is really, really cool. I've been to my own locals, honestly, a handful of times. I can't tell you the last time that I went to a local in my area. One of the better known guys in the area actually ended up moving. Actually, may have moved to Indiana. I'm not sure where this guy ended up leaving, but he was pretty well known. He was one of the more well-known players in my part of the world, or where I live right now, at least. And I'm not super incentivized to go anymore. They're changing locations. I might start going. I don't really know. It's kind of a time investment. But the thing is, Pyro, with your great run at your local, I thought we should do that here. We're local on the internet, right? Kahlua Nimbus? Who are you? Who are you? I have no idea who this person is, but whoever you are, thank you for the follow. Are you like a family member of mine that just followed the stream to support? Oh, are you guys getting game audio, by the way? Let me catch up with chat. Sorry, I'm yapping about nothing. Anyway, Pyro, I'm an easily inspired person, right? And the fact that you had this really cool run, I thought, why don't we do it, right? Why don't we have like the way that we used to do tournaments back in the day, but maybe we can have a theme, maybe we can have a gimmick, the way that we used to do, but something regular, something personally for me to be like, yeah, like Monday or like Thursday or whatever is our local, where we could just show up, build a funny team, and have fun with that, do some kind of tournament, right? Guardian, I do want to check out this replay. Got a replay and a team. Let me see what you got. Tempest helped you out with this one. What's the format? Oh my god. Alright, so it looks like you're playing, I think Guardian, you're playing Ice Rider. Let me pop this up for everybody else to see. And please let me know if there is game audio in the background. Alright, so I think Guardian Angel is playing this Ice Rider team, and the opposing team is actually not, it's not an uncommon team where you normally see other partners, but Zacian really likes to be paired up with this Regidrago, right? The whole idea is Regidrago is going to force out a Fairy Terra from the opponent, and then your Zacian comes in and starts going for Behemoth Blade, right? Under Tailwind as well, one of the faster restricteds in the format. Pretty oppressive, also just going for Dragon Energy Tailwind turn 1. Really offensive team, and the other partners don't make a whole lot of sense, but we'll see. We'll see what ends up going on there. So I'm assuming that's what you're facing off against in this one, Guardian. Cheeto, you streamed Undertale Yellow, there we go, that's what it is. Finally beat a boss after dying 62 times to it. That's so satisfying. I wonder what the experience is like to do it so many times and finally get the win. I've seen, like, definitely growing up, my cousins play games, like, I think one of my earliest memories is seeing my older cousin play, like, Shadow of the Colossus, right? I don't really know much about the game, but I think there's, like, you know, a handful of bosses that you fight throughout the game, and I just remember him going over and over and over again. Oh, it wasn't even that one. It was something like, I don't remember what it was, but I remember him playing these games that were really intense, and then he finally beat this final boss, right? And he's just like, I don't know what to do with my life anymore, which I thought was like kind of a cool thing. Tempest piloted the team. Let me see. He moved to your state. What? I think that's where this guy went. It may or may not be Tempest. Tempest, are you Kahlua Nimbus? All right, hold on. You guys have game audio. Regulation G is a format. DJ, you're gonna gen mons for the GC this weekend, which you dislike doing, but it's fine. I don't have like an ethical problem with that. Question out of curiosity, DJ, would you mind if I share the sauce? I ended up, DJ had reached out to me. Oh my, Knighted Squirrel, when did you get here? Oh my god, T-stream for the first time in a while. I actually streamed a couple days ago, but I want to be back, man. I just like playing this game, and it's because of you guys. I've been Pokemoning again, right? Recently I started playing, just for fun. Regulation G is back. I really enjoy the format. I mean, call me crazy, I like playing with the big bad restricteds. I think they're cool Pokemon. Hearing that you guys have been having success, of course, always inspires me. And Squirrel, I'm not interacting with anything on Twitter, but I am following, and I'm curious to see if you're still playing with Kyogre. I think I'd heard that you may have dropped that restricted. And Guardian, I want to get to this replay, by the way. Don't let me forget about it. All right, hold on. Tempest, you got signed onto a VTuber. Oh, you got signed onto a VTuber corporation, and you debut April 2nd. Are you still Tempest? In my heart, you'll always be Tempest. But should I refer to you as Kahlua from now on? Just let me know. Let me know what you'd like to go by. And DJ, please let me know if I can leak the sauce. So anyway, part of the reason why I've been playing, I played a couple games yesterday, and I played a couple more today. Total, I think I played maybe about 30 games. And the idea came from DJ. I've got a couple restricteds that I'm pretty comfortable with. You guys already know I love Miraidon. That's my guy. I think Ice Rider is really strong as well, so I've got some comfort with that Pokemon. And DJ came up with this concept that I think is pretty silly. I think it works. I think you can legitimately like make this Pokemon do some stuff. And if you're happy to talk about it a little bit, I've got some replays from when I was testing out DJ's team. I think I played maybe 30 games total. Lost 3 of them, one of them to a Duskmane Necrozma, which was really embarrassing, and I don't remember the other 2 losses, but that Necrozma one kind of hurt me a little bit. Alright, so Tempest was piloting the match that we're about to watch, Guardian. Hopefully Skeledirge does well in the GC. You know what? Honestly, you're playing the Skeledirge a little differently than the way that I was playing it, but when I brought it to games, I thought I cooked with that thing. I thought that Skeledirge did really well, and you guys aren't going to believe this. I played with Crocolore for 1 game, and it did some things, right? Crocolore did some things. Pyro, I think I've seen in some singles formats that Crocolore is actually good. In doubles, I don't know. I don't know if that thing's good in doubles at all. But it did what it was supposed to do in 1 game. All right, hold on, let me see. Go right ahead. Show the sauce to the people. Okay, cool. New house? No, man, this is the same place. I've been at this place for... Oh, God. Honestly, like, I've been at this place for a little bit. I bought this house when I was younger, and I'm just at a new angle, right? So these are the posters that have always been back there. You've got Eddie Van Halen. I'm covering, and I feel like I'm always covering, Jimi Hendrix. Can you guys see him? And then there's some sort of Led Zeppelin poster back there as well. Gastrodon Carry. Is Gastrodon, like, good? I feel like I was playing with one of those Calm Mind Miraidon teams, and I got cooked by a Gastrodon, right? It better not have been you guys who were playing that Gastrodon team, but I got crit by an Earth Power after I set up like 3 Calm Minds, and I was like, my God, I spent all this time to get crit. You're still addicted to the fish? Good, because I think Kyogre is... I wonder if I think the Kyogre is so good from my perspective as a Miraidon player, because it's a terrible matchup. It's a terrible matchup, except... my experience is that Kyogre is typically a grass type, right? All right, so I can show both my version and your version of the Team DJ that you've been having success with and that I've been having success with. We'll see. I'll play maybe 1 game. I'll show 1 replay from that one. So technically Nimbus. All right, so Tempest, are you... from now on, Tempest, you shall be technically Nimbus. You got engaged in London. Congratulations, man. How far behind? Okay, I'm not far behind at all. Congratulations. That's so nice. I was recently at a wedding, just not this weekend, but the weekend before. And it was beautiful. I was really happy to see people, celebrating their love. And Squirrel, if you end up having, this beautiful ceremony, you better send your boy an invite. Knighted Squirrel, getting Subpoena Deuce's Teacups home address. I might send it to you. I might DM it to you. If I would be so privileged to be invited to this wedding. Let me know when that happens, man. I would really love to. I'd really love to play some games after the ceremony. Crocolore is definitely a low-tier option in singles. Here's the thing that I remember the early format, Skeledirge was supposed to be like so good that people were like, oh my god, second Skeledirge. But the whole idea is like, Crocolore doesn't get Torch Song, it doesn't get Shadow Ball. I think its next best option is like, it gets Overheat, and it gets like Fire Blast or whatever, like the big, oh god, it gets like a really big damage Fire type move. It's got like a 10% burn chance, and it's like 85% accurate. What is that? That's not Overheat. It's like around that. It's around that. I think it's like base 110, because Overheat's 130, right? 90% accurate. The other one is 85% accurate. Base 111, 10% chance of burn. I think that's what. Fire Blast. That's what it is. It gets Fire Blast, and I don't even know if it gets a good like Ghost type move. I think the way that I was running Crocolore was. All right, no. All right, hear me out. Hear me out. So it gets Will-O-Wisp, right? It gets Will-O-Wisp. With Eviolite, it has bulk that's not just on par with, but slightly better than Skeledirge, and it hits like 48 or 49 speed, right? So under Trick Room, it guarantees underspeeds opposing Calyrex for the mirror, and things like Iron Hands, right? Which, unfortunately, if you're running min speed, will speed tie with your Cali Ice. And the Arobega Miraidon team traditionally likes min speed Iron Hands, not always, but I really like that speed dynamic where you can get off a Will-O-Wisp before your opponent will go for a low kick or whatever it is, right? I really like having that option on the team. It also gets Yawn, it gets Snarl. It's basically damage control, fairly bulky, and it's really funny to see it pop up. So all right. First thing that I want to look at is going to be wait, hold on. I was gonna play the game. I have a game right here in front of me. I was gonna do it. I was actually gonna do it. I want to catch a second Miraidon because I like this guy so much that I need to have 2 of them in my box, and not the one that I ride on because that one's my horse, right? That one's my dog. But this one is gonna be one for fighting. What am I supposed to do here? I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I've been playing this game for like 4 hours, and after 4 hours, I've done nothing but receive dialogue. I've not done like a single gym battle. I haven't done a single team star thing. I'm not looking forward to it. Honestly, I kind of hate playing this game. I can't wait for Pokemon Champions because that's what I want to do. I don't want to fight gym leaders anymore. That was the old at T. All right, let's see this game. You guys let me know if this is the loudest thing you've ever heard. Oh wait, I can't even hear it. Are you guys hearing that? Yeah, we're getting to the replay right now. Can you guys hear that? Because I can't. Oh, because my volume's all the way down. Hopefully this is the loudest thing that anyone's ever heard in their lives, because Showdown is that way for whatever reason, at least when you're watching the replays. You can't hear it. How about now? How about now? Sorry. That's way too loud for me. All right, hold on. Let's see what we're doing. You know, Guardian, we're playing similar teams. The one that I played earlier today, I didn't play a whole lot. I'll talk about that later, and we will see. Finite Anxiety? But, I can turn it down. I actually like it really loud. Check this out. I want my neighbors to hear this game. All right, I'm so sorry. Guardian, let's see what's going on. Ice Rider, I think is really strong. I think it's really strong. Everybody has to have a matchup into Ice Rider. That's what I play Miraidon. All right, let's check this out. Indeedee Calyrex. Oh, Calyrice. Wow, that's a beautiful name. And then the opponent leads. Tornadization, Psychic Terrain's gonna go up. I'm assuming they're just gonna go for Tailwind and then hit you with the Behemoth Bash. Male Indeedee doesn't get Follow Me. So let's see what we do here. What? Y'all cooked. So this is Scarfed Indeedee with After You, which I think is pretty insane. Scarfed Indeedee follow you? The Tornadus just attacked then. What am I missing? Okay, I see what I'm missing. And let me make this a little prettier for you guys. Why are we looking at it on such a tiny screen? There we go. Big, beautiful. All right, check this out. Finite Anxiety. Let me know if the volume's okay. All right, so it is Behemoth Blade. Have I been saying Behemoth Bash? That's the other guy. All right, so that's kind of what I was expecting. I really thought that we were gonna get that Tailwind turn. You guys have like Quick Claw, something crazy? That's just Scarfed Indeedee. How fast do you go? 161? Do you even? Oh my god! All right, that's pretty crazy. You're just gonna do it again? You're gonna After You Earth Power this guy? And then Urshifu's got it. Oh, Why would they even bring this guy? Who do you hit with that? With the Gastrodon on the field, if you're forced into close combat, you can't hit the Fluttermane, you can't hit this Mail-In DD, you can't hit that Ghost-type Redirector. That's gotta be Goggles Urshifu or something. He's gotta have something. There's no way that you're gonna break through this Gastrodon. Alright, so it was after you, Earth Power. Missed the play rough, that's rough. After close combat, that actually did a ton. This Indeedee is just gonna be max, right? Like Expanding Force probably after you. I don't even know what else you'd run on this guy. Alright, Fluttermane, Booster, Speed. This is gonna be an easy, like, what do you got now? Easy. I don't know if Icy Wind gets a Zacian at this range. Honestly, you can get him with anything else. You could just Dazzling Gleam too. Dazzling Gleam, the Urshifu, and then pick up with the Gastrodon. You can do anything. This is an unlosable game at this point. Moonblast, not sashed. Alright, our guy is down to his last two. Ogerpon goes down to... I'm assuming, because I've seen the way the Tempest likes to play these Fluttermanes, which is usually max with booster speed. No bulk on our guy, so I think that you've got to... You know what? It is pretty unlosable, right? Because you still have your... Calyrex? No, you lost Calyrex, right? You're down to your last two. Gastrodon's kind of unbreakable. Ogerpon doesn't have anything for it. Zacian's going to go down in this turn, so you can Shadow Ball, you can Dazzling Gleam, whatever you want. And then Ogerpon's going to have to die to 2 Earth Powers, unless he's got something stronger. I think it's going to be 2 Earth Powers into this guy. Dazzling Gleam? No, Shadow Ball. That's rough. Gastrodon just wins the game then? I think on this turn, it had to be a Dazzling Gleam. Dazzling Gleam, Icy Wind. I think Icy Wind's not going to knock out the Zacian. It resists. Fluttermane doesn't have stab at Icy Wind. It had to be a Dazzling Gleam on this turn. You guarantee outspeed both these guys? Not this turn. There we go. On this turn, so you avoid that Follow Me, and then you double Earth Power the guy, win the game from there. I think that's what it is. Alright. That's fine. Gastrodon should be able to win? Question mark? Attack drop? That's really nice. Oh, it's Chilling Water. Okay. We're playing the long game, but you're Citrus. Okay. Do you have the paste, right, Guardian? Just showdown audio. Cheeto, it's not nearly as exciting as Squirrel getting engaged, but you're finally not alone in this world. Oh my god, Cheeto, that's huge! That is huge. You don't know if I was streaming when you met her. I don't think that I knew. Or I didn't know. Congratulations, Cheeto. This is a little silly, but it's a quote that I saw in a cartoon when I was just a kid, but it's something that speaks to me to this day. Honestly, man, whenever you meet somebody new, and right there at the very beginning, I'm just gonna say, it's the adventure begins again. And every time I meet somebody new out of the blue and something happens, I think about that, and it is the greatest feeling in the world for something new to just spawn out of nowhere sometimes. So again, congratulations. Tempest, for your new project coming up, congratulations. Squirrel for, and first and foremost, I need to congratulate you on continuing to play with Kyogre, because I think that Restricted is so good. And then also the engagement thing is nice. And then Cheeto, congratulations on this new relationship as well. Guardian, I've got this paste here, so let's take a look at what we've actually got going on. Gastrodon carry. Alright, so Terra Flying Indeedee, after you Dazzling Gleam, Hyper Voice, Terra Blast. No, Expanding Force on this guy. Man, you gotta run Expanding Force on your guy. If you set the terrain, you do so much damage. Terra Flying. Nah, you gotta be on the ground. You gotta be grounded to make this thing work. I think man, you gotta be running Expanding Force on this thing. Protect Glacial Lands, High Horsepower, Zen Hornbutt. No Trick Room, because we don't need Trick Room for this team. We are fast horsed, right? Max attack, got some bulk on here. I think that's all reasonable. Alright, Flutterman. You've got bulk on your Fluttermane! I'm so proud of you guys. Alright, you got a little bit of bulk on the Fluttermane. Max, special attack. Shadow Ball, Moonblast, Protect, no D-Gleam. I think we need Dazzling Gleam on the Flutter. I mean, like, it's a fine team, and I admire the way that it's constructed. Terra Normal, of course, to deal with the Cali Shadow Mirror, which is going to be a difficult thing to go up against. Gastrodon, the MVP of the entire team. Helping Hand, Chilling Water, Protect, Earth Power. I don't know why I read it in that order. I don't know how to come up with a spread for Gastrodon. I haven't seen that guy since Gen 8, but he carried this game with all that bulk and that Citrus Berry as well. Chilling Water really ended up saving the run too. against the Ogrepon. Sinister, I think is cool. Just max special attack on that guy. I thought it was max with one of the defenses. So this one is meant to do damage. Life 2, Machagacha Protect, Strength Staff, all pretty reasonable on here. Again, no Trick Room because it's not a Trick Room team. And Fast Incineroar. You know what? I like a good Fast Incineroar. I'm running a little bit of speed on my guy for the team. We've got a similar concept. Let me take you guys into the Showdown Builder, and instead of playing the game, we'll see what DJ is bringing to the Global Challenge. So if anybody is out there competing in the Global Challenger, is it a Global Challenge or is it a Grand Challenge coming up? Whichever one it is, don't use this to your advantage if you pair up against DJ Grooves. Not Fast Incin. Oh, that's Spadef. I thought it was Speed. Okay, good. That's better. I like a little bit of speed on Incineroar. But, and you know what? Turbo Incineroar is a real thing. But on this one, this is my version of the team. DJ, if you got your paste, and if you're still out there, will you send it to me? I don't want to pop up Discord to reveal DJ's secret sauce. But this Incineroar is hitting 91 speed, which is 1 point faster than min speed Urshifu. This team is a hard Trick Room team. I am not a hard Trick Room type of guy, but if we're going to be running Calyrex Ice Rider and we're going to put Skeletor on the team, then it does need to be hard Trick Room. I just want to be able to get a knockoff or a parting shot out before Urshifu, outside of Trick Room, and inside of Trick Room, I want Incineroar to be the last one to get out a parting shot, right? And we'll see that coming up in this Tropicos game that we'll take a look at. Cindefe, how's it going? Your brain was cooked after building the first 5 Pokemon, so you just maxed it. I think that's super fine. I think it's really reasonable. I think this Ursaluna is like max. Yeah, just max HP, max special attack. Calyrex, I think I've got some special bulk on it to do better into Shadow Rider. And then I just ate into the attack because honestly, if you just hit the bump on this thing, it's still going to do incredible damage. The Incin, I think, is the best part of the entire team. We'll take a look at that a little later with the one game. Urshifu is, again, really slow. It's Goggles because Amoonguss is kind of a problem for the team. Taunt because we set up the Psychic Terrain anyway, and we don't really get any value off of Aqua Jet. And then Skeledirge, this is DJ's secret sauce. The way that I'm running it is different. I think DJ's got Protect, Slack Off, Will-O-Wisp, which is my basically main contribution to the team. Torch Song and Shadow Ball for DJ. I don't think I'm getting any value out of an offensive Skeledirge. Torch Song is nice if you can click it, but it's got some bulk to live 1 attack, not enough to live 2. And if I'm snarling things down, I can stay on the field a little longer, but I don't want to be in the field super long. I want Calyrex to be on the field. I want it to get all the knockouts. Torch Song is okay sometimes, but really I'm clicking Snarl if I can. I'm clicking Will-O-Wisp when I need to. I'm really never clicking Protect, so I might borrow from DJ the Slack Off. But the whole idea is that Calyrex is cleaning up games more quickly than Skeledirge is even able to pick up a knockout. Normally, the way the games go is I'll bring Calyrex, maybe a Redirector, Incineroar, rarely Urshifu or Ursaluna, but between Redirect, Fake Out, Trick Room, Glacial Lance, Helping Hand on all of these guys, you're able to win the game pretty quickly with very little thought. And my opponent never gets to see my last. So I'll pull up one replay. This is the last one that I played with the team. Again, I think I played on this. I made 2 alts, right? One of them, I forgot the name, so then I had to start a new one. I played 23 games with it. Got to, I think I just took it to like 1400. Let me try to find it for you guys, and I'll show you that replay, but it'll be the only one. All right. Or is it? And then DJ's version of the team is slightly different. Oh, I got the Crocolore game too, but I'm not going to burden you guys with that one. All right, here we go. So the last game that I played with this version of the team. Oh no, what did I do? Oh, I didn't copy the link all the way. With this version of the team was against Terapagos, and I thought that's pretty good because some people like Terapagos. I'm not a huge fan of it. I think it's solid, and this is the best Terapagos team that there is, right? So this was a good opportunity. I had not played it I played 23 games with it. So in the 23 games that I played with this team, I had not had the opportunity to play against this Terapagos. So I thought it was really cool that we got to check that out. All right. Gastrodon cooked Regulation G. In Regulation I, everybody's going to be running Gastrodon. Gastrodon was good in the double restricted format for Gen H, right? I'm surprised that we haven't seen a whole lot of Gastrodon, especially now with the Terastallization format. And then the Terra Fire, if I were to run Gastrodon, sounds really, really good on that guy. Tell me an Ogerpon. Oh, wait, no. Sorry, Rock Ogerpon. I was going to say, tell me an Ogerpon that can deal with a Fire, Terra, Gastrodon. And I'm looking at him. Rock Ogerpon's really good. Let's take a look at this one just quickly. I thought this was higher, but I guess this is like a 1300s game that brings us into the next thing. So this is super common, right? I'm just going to go ahead and lead Calyrex, Incineroar, and here's the interaction that I really like at the beginning, right? My Incineroar is faster than their Incineroar because you guys saw that I have a tiny bit of speed investment. I'm not running min speed. Incin, I think it may be the fastest member of the team for a situation like this, right? So I get an Intimidate drop on the Ogerpon. I don't really want to take an Ivy Cudgel with either one of my guys, but I definitely don't want this fake out to prevent the Trick Room, so my faster Incineroar fakes out their Incineroar while they go for a Follow Me for whatever reason. I get up a Trick Room, and now I can get a knockout in the Ogerpon if I double into it, and I'm kind of thinking that I just want a Parting Shot on this turn, right? They are the slower Incineroar, so if they Parting Shot off of my Incin, then I get to Parting Shot off of their switched in Pokemon, and that's amazing because now I'm starting off my full turns of Trick Room with their guy at -1, whoever they switch in, and their Ogerpon at -1 as well, right? Plus I get to switch in the Incineroar again, get another Intimidate, get Fake Out Pressure live. Super, super nice. I talk about this all the time. Incineroar is a support Pokemon. It's meant to be really bulky. I know that sometimes I see people advocate for an offensive Incineroar, but a dead Incineroar is a useless Incineroar. That's just my opinion. All right, so turn 2. Oh, but I opt against it, and I'm like, you know what? Let's just go ahead and get rid of the Ogerpon because I have Urshifu in the back, and I don't want that guy to threaten any damage while he still has his Pretend Focus Sash, right? His Sturdy ability. So instead, I just Lance. Missed the Will-O-Wisp, which honestly in this game was huge. But never mind. I was going to talk about how we deal with that on this team, but it's completely okay. Instead, what ends up happening is they protect the Ogerpon. Next turn, they switch into Terapagos. I'm still knocking off into that slot to get the knockout. Oh, wait, no. Sorry. What I'm going for is I protect the Calyrex, so I could dodge that. What is it called? What I want to do is I want to protect the Calyrex, dodge the Will-O-Wisp, and then I was hoping to knock off the Ogerpon, break its sash, and then on the next turn, I could go for a Glacial Lance. Even if I get Wisp, I'm at +1, right? So essentially, -1, it's really, what is it? It's like divided by 2 times, it doesn't really matter, times like, divided by 0.67 at that point, whatever. Something like that. So anyway, what I get to do at this point is just go for a Helping Hand, high horsepower into the Incin, get rid of that guy because he's going to be a nuisance for the remainder of the game if he's trying to Will-O-Wisp me. I avoid that situation altogether. Tarapa goes for Protect. That's great for me. Now Incineroar is gone. Incineroar is gone. I'm at +1. There's no chance of getting a Will-O-Wisp out. And he's just revealed his last, which is going to be Rillaboom. Right, that's incredible for me. They didn't bring the Heatran, and they didn't bring the Screamtail. I was also thinking about how I'm going to deal with Screamtail, which is part of the reason why I brought Urshifu. The main thing is that Urshifu just has Taunt, right? Because that's Encore Disable Screamtail on this team, and some kind of attacking move. Sometimes it's Play Rough, sometimes it's Dazzling Gleam, doesn't really matter, it's to taste. But this version of the team is pretty oppressive. Tempest, if you're still out there, you had a concept similar to this. This is a really popular team in Regulation G, the best Terapagos team, in my opinion, where this Heatran is running Magma Storm, right? We've seen it running not Wide Lens, but that other, not Scope Lens either. It's one of those like Zoom Lens. There we go, Zoom Lens. If you're slower, it increases the accuracy of things like Will-O-Wisp and Magma Storm, right? Really nice into like Koraidon, really nice into things like Zamazenta. And not only is it nice into those Pokemon, but if you get trapped by Magma Storm, now you get Encore disabled by the Screamtail, and that is game ending, right? Calm Mind Terapagos. This one is usually Substitute Mono Starstorm, right? Which is kind of cool. I think that's playing Terapagos at near optimality, but there are a lot of common situations that really lock this guy up, right? And you have to play very carefully against a Wide Guard, against Ghost types, against a Ghost type with Wide Guard, Terraghost usually. So pretty difficult to run this specific Terapagos, which is why it pairs really well with the Screamtail and with the Heatran. But they didn't come to the game! They just gave me all this Calyrex food, right? So I know I'm going to get faked out on this turn. That's not going to stop me from going ahead and going for a Glacial Lance. What do I do, though? Do I protect? It's my last turn of Trick Room. I gotta go for it. Oh, okay, I know what I do. So on this next turn, I think I'm going to Parting Shot. Terrapago's just protected, so I'm going to Parting Shot off of the Terrapagos to make it more useless than it already is. Bring in my Urshifu as my Calyrex gets faked out. Okay, good. So Calyrex gets faked out. Parting Shot off the Terrapagos. It gets a -1. Urshifu comes in. They go for a Calm Mind, right? But now they're just at neutral, and neutral Terrapagos is not a scary Terrapagos, right? Specs Terrapagos can do some damage. It's even harder to pilot. I don't think it's the best version. I don't really believe in Terrapagos at all. But really good players in like Italy, for example, really believe in Terrapagos for some reason, for some ungodly reason. It's like, it's not. This team is good. The restricted is difficult. Hey, what's going on, Timmy? Check this out. I'm looking at this team that DJ Grooves cooked, and I took it for a spin. All right, so now here's a great situation, because the Rillaboom should really get out of there, but there's no safe switching, right? If they give me the Ogerpon, it's going to go down to its Focus Sash, and I'm going to get up a Trick Room. This Terrapagos at neutral right now. It's at +1 special defense, but I've got like all physical attackers on this team, right? Or all physical attackers, except for the Skeledirge, which is in the back. I'm really wanting to pick up every KO with this Calyrex, so I don't care about that boosted Spadef that it's got going on right now. Here is this really nice situation. I could stay in with the Urshifu, which is a huge threat to Terrapagos, go for a close combat, not knock it out from this range, but close combat into Glacial Lance will definitely get the knockout into the Terrapagos, right? I don't think they want to go for their big boy Starstorm at this point, even though it becomes spread damage. They're not boosted enough for it to be threatening, and the Rillaboom loses its terrain if they make that play, right? But I think my opponent is looking at this Urshifu and thinking that is a nice, tasty, Grassy Glide's not going to knock out. And this Urshifu's got some bulk. It's got actually some decent bulk on this. You know what? I forgot. This Urshifu specifically will guaranteed live a Grassy Glide. It will not live a Wood Hammer, so Rillaboom has to Wood Hammer this Urshifu. But why would he do it? Why would he do it? What? I've got an instant in the back. He does it anyway. He takes a bait. Look at this garbage play. All right, so now your boy is going to go for a Starstorm. Calyrex is going to take nothing from it. I switch into Incineroar, intimidate the Rillaboom. So now he's at -1. Goes for this Wood Hammer that does negative damage to this Incineroar. Look at the damage it did. It healed me. He hit me with that Wood Hammer, and I took it. It gave me a little extra life into my Incineroar. Actually, did it net recover? Because that's a possibility. Am I going to the New Orleans VGC thing in June? When's the exact date on it? I was talking to, normally in the summer I travel, right? And I will spend, I'm normally in California over the summer, and I was talking to my sister earlier today about when it can't be. If it's in early June, I cannot go. I've got a thing that will be, I think, a week long in early June. If it's late June, that's a huge possibility, except that Squid Game Season 3 comes out in late June, and I also want to watch that. It is the North American International Championship in New Orleans, coming up this summer. It depends. It really depends, Timmy, on when in June it is. Anyway, check out this play. June 7th to 9th. That might be during the week that I can't do it. That's a little early. Oh god, I don't know. More on this later. I'll have to check out. I'll have to pull up my calendar and see. I do know that I'm unavailable at some point in early June. For whatever reason, my head is saying June 12th, right? So if I can get into Louisiana and then head right back out after the event, there's a possibility that I'll be there and we'll get to hang out on Bourbon Street, whatever it is, right? Check this out. I'm about to smoke this guy. The Rillaboom took the bait. He Wood Hammered this Urshifu, did nothing, got Rocky Helmet Chip, got intimidated. This is as bad of a turn as this guy could possibly get. And now the Rillaboom is dead. And guess what? Guess what's gonna happen in this Terrapagos? I'm gonna hit that boy with the fake out as I go for a Trick Room. Actually, I don't even think that's the optimal play. Because at this point, the Terrapagos is, you guys saw what it did to the Calyrex, right? It did what? It did 30 something? It did 30 something with that Starstorm? So now, I don't even have to fake that guy out. I have to fake out the Ogerpon, set up a Trick Room, and then kill the Ogerpon with a Glacial Lance on the next turn. There's nothing he can do. This is over. right? He can Spiky Shield, give my Incineroar some chip, but I'm going to get up a Trick Room, right? Crit Terra Starstorm, there's nothing. It's so over, right? He ends up going for Protect on that guy. He lets me break the Focus Sash on the Ogerpon. I set up a Trick Room, and boom, this is going to be a double knockout, right? You know what I should have done too? To add insult to injury, this Incineroar has Helping Hand, and my fundamental belief on the way to run Calyrex Ice Rider is that yes, it's your damage carry, right? These Pokemon are kind of EV'd on this team to be really bulky. They're Trick Room guys. You can afford to run a lot of bulk on them. But, and the Skeledirge, I kind of want to give him Helping Hand too. But you've got 2 Helping Hand Pokemon, because you know what does more damage than Incineroar's knockoff? You know what does more damage than Incineroar's Flare Blitz? Glacial Lance. And what happens when you get a +1 Glacial Lance? This is already +2 Glacial Lance. I already took 2 KOs with this guy. And it's going to be Helping Hand as well. That's what I should have done on this turn. But instead, what do? Glacial Lance, and then knockoff Parting Shot. It doesn't really matter what my boy does. Incineroar, Parting Shots. Alright, that's fine. Either way, like, my guys are, like, basically back up to full, right? I think this turn he goes for his big boy Starstorm, gets a little bit of HP, gets his big boy stats, I Helping Hand, Glacial Lance, that is GG. This game was so over. That guy got cooked. Oh, and I was already 1400s by the time that I played this game. It doesn't matter, but the point is, this is a team that DJ is going to be running in the Grand Challenge, or the Global Challenge, whichever one is coming up. Personally, I think this is, if you want to run Skeledirge specifically, I think this is a good team for it. I think Ice Rider is a strong restricted. With this kind of support, you always need redirection. You always need, honestly, you always need an Incineroar on this type of team. Fake Out's great. Intimidate dropping is great. I like Snarl on this team as well. Ursaluna, Blood Moon, it can be a regular Ursaluna, but no other partner on the team wants to take a side Earthquake, so it had to be Blood Moon. The speed tier on it is a little awkward. The reason is that Blood Moon naturally is just slightly faster than Calyrex and just slightly faster than regular Blood Moon, which speed ties with Calyrex, and the idea is, in Trick Room, your Calyrex is going to go first and your Blood Moon is going to finish it off, but fundamentally you want Calyrex to take the KOs so it can get its +1s, right? Everything else, like Urshifu's just Urshifu, and Trick Room your opponent wants to stall by hitting Protect. You can break through Protect, so that's why Urshifu's on the team. Indeedee can honestly be a Rock Ogerpon, but it helps with the Miraidon match. And it's like Terra Grass to redirect like Spore, but that makes it a little more difficult in the mirror. Either way, this is the version of the team that I like to play. Hopefully DJ does well during the Grand Challenge whenever he runs his version of it. There is an Anaheim event happening later in the summer. That is the one that I'm really hoping to go for. So the World Championships for the 2025 season is happening in... World Championships are happening in Anaheim, California in the summer. And normally, like I said a little earlier, I'm in California over the summer. Worlds, I'm not going to be competing at Worlds. I haven't been competing in I guess the 2025 season at all. I won't be there as a competitor, but I definitely want to be there just to be around the scene, talk to people who I know are going to be over there, and it's a nice thing. It's a hop, skip, and a drive away from Disneyland, so why not hang out in Anaheim, California for the summer? It's more likely that I'll be at Worlds than I will be at the North American International Championships hereinafter referred to as NAIC. I'd like to go to both of them, man. Let me know if you guys are planning to be there, and if so, I would love to hang out. Cindefe, you're actually talking about me on a Soul Link stream. I was wondering about Napsa Potato and Twin Dagger. I know that I've seen the two of them pop up occasionally streaming, but I don't know if their hours are just they're different than the hours that I'm used to, right? So I haven't been able to hop onto those, unfortunately. You asked a question and we wondered what my response would be given the restrictions, potential answers. I am dying to hear this question, and also I've gone through what I wanted to with these teams. So here's Guardians Cali Ice team. This is I don't have it anymore. Guardian Angels Cali Ice team. DJ's Cali Ice team is somewhere in my builder. I'm not really sure. This is a version of it that I was playing just now. Oh, and then the last thing too is that this Skeledirge is Power Band. I think the optimal item should be Room Service. DJ, if you're still out there, room service I think is optimal because I believe it's consumed after Trick Room is up, and you take a little bit, you take a little less damage from knockoff, right? Which as a ghost type you don't want to take a knockoff anyway. But I think that it's optimal to run room service. But what a flex to run power band! Come on, that was really cool. You'll be at New Orleans for sure. Anaheim is a maybe, but if everything lines up, you should. Yeah, man, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to be at New Orleans. I have to check the calendar for sure though. It's just it's a week-long thing. It's like a Monday through Friday thing. Let me even see. This event is gonna be on the weekend, right? NAIC is over the weekend. And my brain is telling me that it's the 12th. This thing that I'm going to be at. June 12th? Am I looking at this right? June 12th is on a Thursday. NAIC is when, Timmy? June 7th to 9th. It can't be 7th to 9th. That has to be like 6th to 8th because they always do Championship Sunday for internationals and for Worlds. I'm betting the NAIC is Friday the 6th to the 8th. We can probably go after finals, like head out of the venue. I wouldn't be able to hang out on Sunday, man. On Sunday, I'd have to head out, make it back. I think I could do it. I think we could swing it because I'm thinking that my thing is from the 9th to the 9th to the 13th. And if instead it's the 2nd to the 6th, I can swing either one of those. It's a weekend thing. I might be able to do it, man. Maybe I'll see you. Maybe I'll see you in Louisiana. That'd be fun. The question, if you were champion of a region, then 1, what region would you be champion of? And 2, what would your team of 6 be? And who would your ace be? That's a tough one. But I've got an answer. Oh, it's my definitive answer too. All right, check this out. Region, Paldea. I don't know if you guys can tell by just about everything about me, by how handsome I am. I'm Hispanic, right? And I believe that Paldea is Hispain, right? I believe that it's within the Pokemon world. I think it's like it's the Spanish equivalent in Pokemon, and there's also some South American features of Paldea, right? So I believe that I'll be a champion of Paldea. It seems like a very battle-heavy place, right? They've got these, well, the Battle Academy is in Unova anyway, right? But they've got this whole school, and they teach about competitive Pokemon and all that kind of stuff. And you know the most important thing, Cinderfay? In addition to them using some Spanish language in-game, and if I can share this with you guys, I would like to point out that this version of... Let's go back to the game. This version of Scarlet and Violet that I'm playing, this is actually Violet. I'm playing through it in Spanish. Why am I here? Because I gotta talk to Clavel again for him to let me play the game. So, these are some of the many reasons that I'm playing. Sorry, not that I'm just playing the game in Spanish, that I would be champion in Paldea. Unfortunately, in Paldea, one of the few things that I don't like about this generation, there are many champions, but you know what? Let's share the title, share the wealth, right? I would be El Primero, right? I'd be the champion of champions in Paldea. Final thought on Paldea. You get all the Pokemon, right? If I'm in the other regions, there is no Golden Go. There's no Golden Go before I get there. So team of 6, I think I know. DJ, did you hear the thing about room service? Because that's kind of important. Few restrictions that the champions by which the champions must abide. All right, let me hear that before I choose my team of 6, because I think I know which 6 I want. The weekend before the 12th. Weekend before the 12th for Worlds? Or is that for... Weekend before the 12th? Okay, cool. For NAIC. I could probably swing it, man. I would like to. First restriction is your team... Oh, must be in your region's regional decks. That's where you got me, Cinderfay. Well, maybe... Alright. It's just become more tough. Maybe I'm no longer the Paldean champion. You also like Power Band because you're consistently underspeeding the Mushroom under Trick Room. I think, oh wait, what's his name? Does Room Service just give you -1? I pulled up the Showdown builder here in front of me. Alright, let's get it to where you guys can see it too. Room Service. I like Power Band because it's a flex. I just think it's cool. Lowered by 1 stage, so you're like... 63 minimum times 0.67. Oh, it has to be power band. Man, all right, well, food for thought, DJ. Check this out. There are many power items. I went with power band because I thought it went well with the color palette of Skeledirge, but I think the power bracer could be good on him. I think power lens is the coolest looking one, but I don't know if it goes well with them. Right? So power band is the one that we went with. I like power band. I think it's really cool. You screwed up. No, Timmy, what's going on? Second restriction. Oh no, I've been streaming for an hour. It's almost bedtime, everybody. Second restriction. At least 3 of your team members must be native to your region. Oh wait, hold on. Okay, hold on. In your region's regional decks. All right, regional decks is everything, right? As long as it's in the game, I can play with the Pokemon. Second restriction, at least 3 of the team members must be native to your region. Okay. Okay, cool. I think I can work with the team now. Those were last year's dates. Okay, that's why. NAIC is June 13th to 15th. That may be a... Oh, no. Is that the way that I can't do it? June 13th to 15th. 13th to 15th. I'm really feeling like my thing is from the 9th to the... Okay, if my thing is from the 2nd to the 6th, then it's like... All right, let's check right now. I haven't put it on my calendar, but it's in my emails. Let me do that. Oh, there we go. To-do list. All right, my thing is from the 2nd to the 6th. So the fact that NAIC is the 13th to the 15th, I've got a family birthday in early June as well, which doesn't coincide with that weekend. Timmy, I'll see you there. I want to go. I've never, I've driven through Louisiana before, but I haven't hung out there. I've never spent some time in that state. So I'd like to do it. I think it's possible. All right, Cinderfay, I might have to be a Galarian champion. We'll see. Fourth restriction: one of your Pokemon has to be your region's pseudo legendary. All right, I know. I'm a Galarian champion now. You're the room service option. You like the power band for consistency, even if you take ×2 damage from knockoff. -1. Actually, you know what? The knockoff should be guaranteed -2 if you wisp. Oh, wait. But Incineroar cannot be Will-O-Wisped. It doesn't really matter. It should be fine. Power band is fun. It's the fun item. It's the cool item. And the final restriction is if your region has a gimmick, your ace must have access to it. Okay. My ace must have access to it. For example, G-Max and Galar. Kalos, your ace must have a Mega. Man, I would love to play with the Mega too. But I think I know. Cinderfay, you already know where I'm going with this. Power Band is always applied, but room service is only once per game. That is true, but with the hard Trick Room team, you should not be playing longer than your 4 Trick Room turns. So that's actually not true. If you guys noticed during the Terapagos game, there are strategic areas where... here's the thing. I think one of the pitfalls of a hard Trick Room player, and again, I'm not a hard Trick Room player, but I think that in order to play the archetype successfully, is to know when to Trick Room and when to not Trick Room, right? You want to know when to just go ahead and take damage. And first off, oh my god, Mr. Patch coming in with the raid. Wait, are we patching in? Where's the raid theme? Boom. Welcome, everybody. Patch, I didn't notice that you were streaming. I didn't get the notification, but however, I hope that you had an incredible stream, and it is an honor and a joy to be joined by you, and by your chat this evening. Patch, I was thinking about what you said recently about the title from the other day, and it's just one of the things that I really love about you is that you've got an incredible sense of humor. Here's like a real thing. I feel we've not hung out in person, but I feel like we're kindred spirits, man. Sometimes I'll do things, even on this very stream, and I don't think everybody is like, I don't think everybody's super keen on my particular sense of humor, right? I really like to do the thing where I like waste time for 2 hours and everything. I really like to just, yap. I like to make it's almost like, I don't even know how to describe it. I think some of the things that tickle me do not tickle everyone, and the fact that you liked what was it, Mar 13eo Day title or whatever. I just know, like, Patch, like, you strike me as a person who just likes to have fun, that you just like to enjoy life, and they're qualities that I like in a person. It's a way that I would like, it's a way that I like to live life, right? I just like to have fun, right? Alright, so Cindefe, it seems like a lot, but it's to keep things challenging and fair for any potential challengers, right? So you can unleash a team of unknown legendaries onto a child taking the stage. Let me see. I think I've got an idea for what I want. The Queen... Wait, oh god, right at the Queen Marika. I thought it was the Queen Merrick, right? For anybody who watched Yu-Gi-Oh! As, you know, in your childhood years, I remember when Merrick came out, I thought that was like the coolest character, right? Merrick's not, did he have back tattoos or something? He did have back tattoos, because as a child, they put those tattoos on his back because he was born to be a guardian of the Pharaoh's tomb or something like that. I don't remember. Don't, you know what? Never mind, I take that back. You can quote me on this Yu-Gi-Oh! Lore. I'm pretty confident in that. I do like this little, like, this raid intro thing, but I also like confetti, but we save the confetti for championship matches whenever we do tournaments. Alright, Cindefe, I think I got a team for you. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that really quick, and then we'll wrap up for the evening. To be wasting time chatting, it's my favorite thing, man. It's the best way. Personally, I've said many times before that Patch is one of my favorite streamers, if not my favorite Twitch streamer. And I think that's why, because you're so much better at actually playing the game. Because I've been here talking to Professor Clavel for an hour, right? I've been sitting at this desk for an hour, not progressing the plot at all. Patch is a good balance of yapping for a bit, playing the game. You're actually getting you're getting your playthrough. I need to work on that, but I don't want to. I get more joy from this, and I get more joy from doing this challenge that Cindefe just threw down. All right, check this out. Wait, hold on. Wait. Patch's chat, can I ask you? I've never done this before, but I feel like I need to grow as a streamer. Will you please just hit the follow? Please, for the love of God, just hit that follow button. I would love it so much. I didn't want to say it before. I streamed for like a year and I never said it, but please, I would love it so much. The Queen Marika 88. Which, is it Marika? Is it Marika? Please tell me. Thank you so much. I love you so much. Like, honestly, you just made my entire day. But I didn't need that. Cindefe, it is going to be from the Galar region. Too kind? No, it's deserved kindness. Here's the thing. I don't say things that are not true. Not like in the George Washington sense, but in the way that I feel icky about it, right? When I say nice things about people, I say things that I mean. I mean things that I say. And Patch, you're legitimately, I want to say one of my favorite streamers, or I want to say my favorite streamer, but I know that we got a lot of guys out there that I really love, right? Oh my god, look at all these, DJ, you're cashing in on the Concool Door, the Torcool, and the Shuckcool. I've never heard the noise before, but for the first time, the noise came through, which I was really pleased with. I forgot that I did that with Coolossal. I don't know if I'm a big fan of that. All right, Cindefe, given the restrictions from... Oh, hold on. I think I need to hear one of them. I need to hear one of them again. About the pseudo legendary. One of them must be the pseudo legendary, and then one of them. Can I have an actual legendary in addition to the pseudo? Because if I'm a Galar, if I'm a trainer or a champion from the Galar region, oh, and then I could also like do. I could wear like a cape. I've got a cape somewhere. Somewhere in this is my bedroom. I have a cape, and I'm getting distracted, and the cape's not important, and I don't know where it is. I wore it on my birthday, though. This 2024, my birthday, I wore a cape. I don't know what I'm going to be wearing for 2025. Anyway, I'm going to have one of my favorite guys from Gen 8, Rillaboom. We're going to have Incineroar. Cindefe, I'm assuming this is a singles team, but I'm going to build it as a doubles player. I'm going to build it with Incineroar. And it's, of course, it's not going to be native to the area, so I'm going to have to think hard about that one. Actually, I think I've got it, because Rillaboom is native to Gen 8. And then, of course, we're going to put my boy Urshifu on the team. So we've got a good defensive, offensive, Firewater, Grass Core. We got the double Fake Out boys. We've got Intimidate. We've got Surging Strikes. Reasonable Hydrate. Don't mind if I do. Honestly, the reason why I had a stream tonight, because I haven't had a lot of water today. And I remind you guys, if you haven't had a lot of water today either, please join me in this reasonable hydrate. Thank you for doing that. All right, so Urshifu, Incineroar, Rillaboom, they all have access to, actually no, Urshifu and Rillaboom have access to G-Max forms. So I might be able to use, oh no, but one of them has to be my ace. Urshifu might be my ace, we'll see about it. We'll have to see who I end up choosing as my main guy. Third restriction, oh, no legendaries or mythicals. Okay, but I can get a sub-legendary. Is Urshifu my sub-legendary? He might have to be my ace then. Oh, he's not in the regional dex. What does regional dex mean then? Maybe I've misunderstood. Dex regional. Regional dex. Define! Is a Pokedex order specific to a certain region of the Pokemon world rather than chronicle all the Pokemon as does the national dex. The national dex is everything! Regional dex! It's just the ones in... Is it because I can't catch them in the wild? No! Instead of Incineroar, I don't know how to say that in Spanish. Instead of my goat, who am I gonna have? I'm gonna put Scrafty on the team? He's from Galar, isn't he? Oh, I don't know if I like this. Scrafty does get Intimidate. Scrafty does get Fake Out. Scrafty is a dark type. Does he get Sucker Punch? He doesn't get Sucker Punch. Does he get Knockoff? He does get Knockoff. So regional deck, so I need to complete... Oh, alright, the regional decks that I need to complete for the Shiny Charm. And then you get Incineroar from doing something in the... Isle of Armor. In the Isle of Armor. No. I'm gonna wing it, Cinderfae. Check it out. In the regional decks for Galar. For the Galar area. How do I do it? Gen 8 OU? Gen 8 Draft? Gen 8 Nat Dex? Galar Dex Draft, alright, that'll help out. Okay, so Rillaboom, Scrafty, Urshifu. You know what? We're just gonna put my boy Arcanine on the team, right? Because he has got, not Farcanine. Arcanine, I'm gonna put a Farkin Arcanine on the team. Because he gets Intimidate, he's a fire type, I guess it's fine, I don't super love it. Maybe I'll have to pick, yeah, you know what? I want Urshifu on the team, I want Rillaboom on the team. And because, I'm pretty dead set on getting those guys, right? These guys are Gen 8 Pokemon, and Arcanine is in the regional decks, right? Because I can find him out there in the wild. I know that there's Growlithe out there, so I'm gonna go with Urshifu, Rillaboom, Arcanine. With my sub-restricted, my sub-legendary, I think Urshifu counts. Who am I gonna get? Who are the other Pokemon? Can't use Urshifu! It's a legendary. It's not a legendary, he's a sub-legendary! He's in a lower category of legendary. There are two of them, they're two Cupfoos, and he's like a gift. He's just a little guy to hang out. I think Urshifu is a sub-legendary. I don't think he's a full-on legendary Pokemon. But he's got legendary stats and a legendary ability, and also the most important part of Urshifu, he's got legendary buffness. Cinderfae, I'm gonna push back on that. I'm gonna challenge you on that one. I was waiting for you to say that. He's not in the regional decks, he's in the Isle of Armor. Alright. If I can't play with Urshifu, I'm gonna have to think really hard on it. I may need some non-streaming time. I may need to give you a call back on this one. Instead of using... He would have been my ace, too. That would have been my boy. If I cannot use Urshifu, then I will probably go with another one of my favorite Pokemon. I love Togekiss. I don't know how the synergy is going to work with Arcanine, Rillaboom. Who else do we have here? Buzzwole, Blasef, Alon, the Tapus. Oh, wait, no. They're ineligible. Como. Oh... Zacian. Oh, but I can't use... I can't use my favorite guys. Alright, I gotta give this some thought. I think we should all give it some thought. And give this thought my favorite way to do anything at all. Give it thought. Together. I think this is it. I think this is where stream ends. For everybody who joined tonight, thank you so much. For everybody who followed tonight too, I super appreciate that. Patch, thank you for the raid. Cheeto, we'll get you next time, right? I should strategically time my streams with extra hot Cheetos so we can roll in, keep the party going, and if anybody streams after this late hour, we'll keep the party rolling into that. I would. Tempest, you got a stream coming up. Can I raid into you right now? Think about it. If you're using Urshifu against an 11-year-old challenger, would it be fair? Psh, I wonder if my nephew is 11 years old now, Cindefe, because when I do, I absolutely bring that into the 11-year-old match. You know what I tell these children when I play against them? I tell them, I am not going to take it easy on you, because that's not a victory. It's not a well-earned victory. If I'm on easy mode, right? I've got to stomp these children, Cindefe. I want to bring Zacian in Gen 8. I want to bring Rillaboom, Incineroar. I want to bring Urshifu. And then the last two, who do I want? If I've got those two guys... Maybe I can't put Urshifu on the team. Maybe I need a Charizard. Maybe I need a Groudon. Maybe I need to bring Renya's son against this 11-year-old. That's what I want to do. All right, sorry. Everybody have a good night. Thank you so much for everybody who joined the stream tonight. It's been too long. It's spring break for me right now. So I hopefully will be streaming again soon. I can't promise you that it will be tomorrow. If I can make it work tomorrow, I will absolutely do it tomorrow. You guys have a good night. Let's think about this challenge. Cindefe, please remind me so I don't just sleep on this. All right, good night, everybody. Wait, hold on. I just remembered one more. It's so important. This is like the most important thing in the world. When I was playing with DJ's team earlier today, I actually ran into a very famous VGC player, right? I won't call them by name, but there's somebody who has done, they're very, very famous, and I DM'd them after, and I was like, I know it's you. Beat them on turn 1, wreck them, stomp them, like an 11-year-old child.